I wanna share a thought. Um, this is something that I've always thought about, and I just want to say these videos that I make or any ministry that I may do are for the people who are seeking after God wholeheartedly. It's not really for the masses. It's not for your everyday run of the mill type of Christian who don't really ever question what they hear from the pulpit or what they see in their society. And they don't really compare these things with the Bible. But if you compare the Christianity that you see today with what we see in the Bible and the God of the Christians today and the God of the Bible, I mean, there are stark differences. There are stark differences. And the main thing I kind of wanted to talk about today was just this idea that when you look at the Christianity of today, you basically see a political machine, right? And even if you look at Christianity from the perspective of a person who's just, you know, a person in this world, um, people respect the Christian church as really a political machine, meaning that when politicians want votes, they'll come to a black church or a white church and they'll give some sort of speech because they know that if they come there, they can connect with people and people are voters. And so they show the pastors and they show the church a sort of type of respect on the level of politics, on the level of, listen, let me appeal to this constituent group and I can get their votes. And if you think about pastors in general and preachers and church leaders, they are respected more on a political level, not so much on a spiritual level. What I mean by this is that the person with the biggest constituents, the person with the biggest church is normally exalted to be the person that is the most powerful. But when you look in the Bible and you look at the men of God in the Bible and you look at the prophets and you look at the apostles, that's not the case. Meaning that when Moses went into Egypt, he went there with no name and no really political position, no authority in this world, but he went there in the power of God. And the power of God was manifested in his life and in his ministry to such a point that the Bible says that the Egyptians, that Moses was great in the eyes of the Egyptians. I mean, if you think about Daniel, Daniel was in Babylon. They didn't even know the God of Israel. They had no idea who he was. But through the life of Daniel, the king of Babylon said, this is the true living God. This is the Most High God. And they called Daniel the servant of the Most High God. But the respect that preachers and teachers and church leaders have today is the same respect that the imams and the Buddhist priests and the Hindu priests or a Catholic pope would have. Is never a type of recognition that these people here represent the one true living God. And that's basically what I'm saying, is that the God is not being represented in this world as the one true living God. It's not. It's not. It's being represented just as a option of religion. And so that's what I'm talking about. It's like I'm wondering who can represent God on this earth to the point where it is undeniable that he is God. Who can do that? What does it take to represent God on this earth? I mean, when the apostles went into towns, they did notable miracles, miracles that even the people who didn't believe could not deny. I mean, they said about Jesus that he's doing notable miracles that everybody sees it and we cannot deny it. I mean, who can undeniably represent God? Who can do it?